Well, welcome everyone to the week 6 recap, looking ahead to week 7. Now, week 6, we completed project 1. It's all done. Um, all the sources we have, let's look at week 6. We did a peer review, and project 1 was due Sunday, October 5th. Here was how you were to do a peer review, how to insert comments in Word. I commented, I looked at all these, I saved them. If you did one, you got credit. I did comment on some of them. You told them, hey, everything looks great, yada, yada, yada. There were tons and tons and tons of APA errors in them. I've had some people just upload a draft or return the work with no comments at all in. Well, obviously those people didn't earn full credit for the work. So yes, I do check these. Yes, you kind of need to know what you're talking about, and you can't do these in 5 minutes. So there it is, but most people got full credit, even though you had tons and tons and tons of things that you missed. You provide feedback on. Okay, Sunday, the 5th, the first major project was due. Some people did very, very well on the project. Other people phoned it in. Some people just copied and pasted whatever the AI gave them. And I know you did that because it had HTML formatting code in the citation. We discussed this, that A, the AI may not have correct APA formatting. B, Gemini might give you hallucination answers, which means it just made up something. There are lots of sources that were reviewed that I could not find. I used the DII or the URL, I searched by author, I searched by journal or site, I searched by the name of it, and I couldn't find it. If that happens, the source is not legitimate. I'm calling it a hallucination. So when you do these, and it's going to become important as we go down toward our final project, you better provide information that can go back to the source to ensure that it's legitimate. This is what happens in real work. If someone looks at a source that you say you used in your document and they can't find it, that cuts all credibility out of what you've written. Because the reference lists are saying, this is the information I used to create this. If this isn't accurate, these sources can't be found, this isn't legitimate. Basically, the problem was lots and lots and lots of formatting errors. Here is all the information I gave you to generate the references. And first and foremost, you need to know what kind of source you have, a web page, a journal article, a magazine article. So when I went through these, I found it, and a lot of them in your drafts, if you submitted a draft, I found it, and I gave you the citation information. May or may not have been an APA, all the information you needed to generate a citation. Now, if you're not happy with the evaluation that your work earned, we have a mechanism for that. You go to the syllabus, you scroll down to it said resubmissions. Daily work you can't resubmit. Drafts you can't resubmit. Okay? Because if you resubmit a draft, it's the final version. Here's what you need to do. Here is the criterion. A document dealing with what has changed in the resubmission and how it's stronger is needed. It's a memo. Do not send me an email. I'll ignore it and I won't review your work. Okay? You'll provide details, specific examples of change and why it makes it stronger. If your resubmission doesn't have this, I'm not going to consider it. I will just go on Wednesday, November 26th, and click the little link that says use the grade you have for the resubmission. Okay? So this is what you have to do for the resubmission. The final day is the Tuesday of the final week of the semester, which is Tuesday, November 25th. Okay? Some people are sending this, and take your time on these. Because if you're just resubmitting basically the same draft and thinking you're going to get a better grade, no. That's not how it works. And I look at these as I have time with all the other stuff. I work in the resubmissions. So don't resubmit the work at noon tomorrow and think by 12:15 you'll have it reviewed. No. Okay, so week 7, we're beginning a new assignment. The new assignment is the project analysis, audience purpose. Now, here's a description for it. Generally, when you're doing something, you have an audience and purpose in mind. Okay? Not so much with us. We have information. We're looking at how to get this out. Okay? And in the description, there's background on rhetorical knowledge. You'll read about exigency purpose. Project 2 is the exigency number 3. Okay? The need this is a college level writing assignment. Okay? That's what it says. So here's how to use Gemini Pro 2.5. You have a limited free searches each month. So I would suggest here's the prompt, and then you upload your reference list. Again, no analysis, just the references. Okay? And for the assignment, you're going to, this is a memo you're going to break. You're doing a memo. You're talking about what you found out, and then you're doing a Driscoll reflection. You're using the insert page rate feature. Here's the memo template that you're going to use. It's a Word document. I think I covered this a little bit before. Okay, here's the memo. Here's all the headings. You're not going to change any of this. You're just going to replace all this information. So that's what we're doing. It's got a 3-part assignment in week 7. And that's what we're doing now. Okay. The readings. 3 parts to it. Part 1, the analysis. You're going to analyze and summarize what the project asks you to do. Any questions you have on the assignment. Read the Chapter 2, Unit 3, in Chapter 23, and complete Driscoll reflection, complete student response. Okay, so that's what's going to do. Again, when you do these, lots of details. Again, the reader doesn't live in your head and does not know what you are talking about. I think a lot of this I covered in the lecture, but I'm covering it again so we know. Okay? Again, you can go back. If you don't like the grade you got on Project 1, you can resubmit it. So that's all I have for now. I'm going to be working on getting a couple weeks ahead in the lectures. A lot of what we're doing now is just working on projects. So that's it. Have a nice weekend. Hopefully we'll have rain and it'll get cooler. I don't know. But have a nice weekend. Have a nice rest of the week. Bye.